I don't know about you, but I'm always surprised and somewhat relieved when I go to search for something on the internet and find out that someone has asked the very same question that I'm asking. Different aches and pains or other physical complaints? Someone has already Googled that. Questions how to fix anything that's broken? It's already there. Want to know how to live stream a Sunday morning service? It's out there on the internet. So when we come to the end of this series on It's Always Easter at the Advent, I thought it would be interesting to Google and see what someone else had said about it always being Easter. Much to my surprise, I found one sermon and one candy store in St. Paul with the name of It's Always Easter. But in my searching, I did find out some interesting information about symbols related to Easter. Some unusual things. Maybe you already knew about them. I found out, for instance, that the peacock is a symbol for the resurrection. The symbol grew from the Greeks' belief that the flesh of the peacock never decayed, even after death. And so it became a symbol for immortality. And early Christians adopted this symbol as a symbol of resurrection. I read also that the writer Flannery O'Connor loved peacocks. And in the grounds around her home, she once had dozens of peacocks wandering the yard. She tells the story in one of her writings of a telephone repairman who came to work at her home. He had heard about the peacocks and wanted to see them and hoped that one of them would display its tail feathers. He waited after he had finished his repair, and after 15 minutes of waiting and coaxing the peacock, he gave up, got back in his truck, and began to back away. Suddenly, one of the peacocks shook, and the tail feathers appeared. Flannery called for the man, and he stopped and jumped out of his truck and gazed at the peacock. Finally, she asked him, "Well, what do you think?" And after a moment, the man replied, "Those sure are ugly legs." Is it always Easter at the Advent? In our devotional for yesterday, Dave Roderick reminded us that there is a tension that we live with, the movement between hope and sorrow, between loss and celebration. Certainly over these past couple of weeks at Advent, we have certainly been aware of those flows and those patterns in our life as a community of faith. We have experienced sorrow and loss, and yet this coming Sunday we will experience the joy of baptism. And in between, we have honored our graduates as they move on in their life. Over these past almost 50 days of Eastertide, I know I have been more intentional about being aware of the Easters that I encounter and experience. I hope that you have as well. They are all around us. Sometimes we just have to move our focus from the peacock's legs to the feathers. God bless you. Remember, you are loved.